Now, 3 more people have been charged in connection with last month's Boston Marathon bombings. They're all said to be friends of the surviving suspect, but are not thought to have any direct involvement in the plot.
3 college classmates of Dzhokhar Tsarnaev's now accused of trying to help their friend by getting rid of evidence related to the Boston Marathon bombings and lying to investigators about it. Diaz Kaderbayev and Azamat Taziakov, students from Kazakhstan, and American Robel Philippos, named in a criminal complaint, appeared in federal court Wednesday afternoon.
The FBI says the 3 became concerned the night the FBI released pictures of the bombing suspects.
Somebody out there knows these individuals as friends, neighbors, co-workers, or family members of the suspects.
But investigators say instead of calling the FBI with their suspicions, they did something entirely different. Court documents say Kaderbayev texted to his friend Tsarnaev that he looked like one of the suspects, and that Tsarnaev responded LOL, then texted, quote, "Come to my room and take whatever you want." Barely an hour after the FBI released the suspect photos, investigators say the 3 friends did go to his college dorm room. Court documents say Kaderbayev decided they should take the backpack with the empty fireworks tubes in order to help his friend Tsarnaev avoid trouble, and knew when he saw the empty fireworks that Tsarnaev was involved in the marathon bombing. The next morning, the FBI says, at the New Bedford apartment of the 2 students from Kazakhstan, the 3 men saw television news reports identifying their friend as one of the bombing suspects.
Known as suspect number 1 in the black hat, number 2 there in the white hat.
They decided to throw the backpack away, court documents say, quote, because they did not want Tsarnaev to get into trouble. But a lawyer for Kaderbayev says his client was not trying to hide anything from the FBI.
He did not know that those items were involved in a bombing or of any interest in a bombing or any evidential value.
The FBI also says earlier this year, Taziakov and Tsarnaev, along with other friends, set off fireworks along the banks of Boston's Charles River. The 2 foreign students also told the FBI that a month before the bombing, Tsarnaev told them that he knew how to make a bomb.
They say 3 days after the bombings, the men removed fireworks emptied of gunpowder and a laptop computer from Dzhokhar Tsarnaev's dormitory room. Prosecutors say they disposed of the items in a dumpster. They say the suspects told them that Tsarnaev did not admit to having carried out the bombings, but the men said they thought he may have been involved when they found the fireworks.
According to the FBI affidavit, the 3 men acted after police issued these photos of the Tsarnaev brothers in their hunt for the bombers. One texted Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, saying he looked like one of the suspects. "You better not text me," texted Tsarnaev back. "Come to my room and take whatever you want." The 3 suspects did so, removing a backpack from Tsarnaev's room containing these fireworks emptied of gunpowder and a laptop, say the FBI. Then they threw them into the rubbish. The items were found by police after a search of a landfill dump. Authorities have been quick to reassure the public 3 more suspects doesn't mean there's the threat of more bombers out there.
I think Boston's safer now than it's ever been. I think, this is 3 individuals were taken off the street. The Boston police and other law enforcement are doing their job, and I don't have any worry at all.
The arrests are a significant development in America's biggest terrorist investigation since September the 11th. But we're still no closer to knowing why the Boston Marathon was attacked.
Appearing at a Boston court on Wednesday, 2 of the men, both 19 years old and both from Kazakhstan, were charged with conspiring to obstruct justice by destroying evidence. But they were not involved in the bomb plot itself.
The investigation continues. There are 3 arrests, as I understand it correctly. 2 have or will be charged with obstruction of justice, and 1 has or will be charged with lying to a federal official.
Here are the 2 Kazakh men with Dzhokhar Tsarnaev before the Boston bombings. Police say that when the photograph of the Tsarnaev brothers was released on April the 18th, the 2 men recognized their friend Dzhokhar and went round to his college room at the University of Massachussetts, Dartmouth.
My client, Azamat Taziakov, feels horrible
and was shocked to hear that someone that he knew at the University of Massachussetts, Dartmouth, was involved with the Boston Marathon bombing, just like many other individuals who were interviewed on campus.
When TV News reports named Tsarnaev as a suspect, Mr. Azhayakov and Mr. Kadyrbayev, seen here, removed a backpack containing fireworks and a laptop from the suspect's dormitory room at the University of Massachussetts, Dartmouth, 3 days after the blasts.
More glimpses of the brothers' life before the attack are emerging, many of them showing the older one in the boxing ring. And this amateur video, filmed in 2010, purportedly shows Dzhokhar Tsarnaev walking like a robot and later wrestling. Images hard to reconcile with the carnage that followed.